time is now, and I don't think we need the lever on it anymore, but here we go. Full up. Let's see this guy work. I think it just works on its own. There it goes. Holy crapo. Yes, look at all the cows. They're all dying. What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to my world. We're here, we're doing things back on FTB Unstable, Minecraft 1.10. Now, in the last episode, I was kind of all over the place doing a whole bunch of things, and those episodes are okay every once in a while, but not really all the time. So today we're going to refocus. I'm going to focus on something specific. We're going to work towards a goal, and that's going to be Betania. So that is going to be the thing. The first thing I want to try with Betania is actually to make some of the floating islands. I don't know if they're going to work, and it's not necessarily the floating islands for the flowers. Well, for the flowers, but not for the... Oh, right, refocus. Slow down speech. Don't repeat yourself. Yeah, pretty much those are the two things. But it's not necessarily the regular flowers, the mystical flowers that I want to create floating islands of. It's actually the functional flora that I want to work on. So if I get a piece of dirt. Now, this is the recipe. I don't believe that I have any pasture seeds. I have 3 pasture seeds. I don't believe I have any mystical flowers. That's not how you spell mystical. Nope. I have none. So this doesn't create anything. But that is the recipe for a floating something. And I don't know exactly how to make one that isn't one of those. Oh, the bed. Oh, I got a suggestion in the comments that I should maybe move my bed away from the wall, and maybe that would prevent me from getting stuck. I did try it, and I did still get stuck. But I did also move my bed over here so that I don't have to go to the other side very often in order to get that. But you see it is pretty much nighttime now, so I'm going to go ahead. Time, set, day, blah-de-dee-blah, and it's not raining, so we're good. Okay. Now, let me go to the other side. Also, I did put on Optifine. Optifine is a thing that I have now. Zoom isn't working. I'm not sure why. Zoom usually works. But I guess maybe the zoom feature from Optifine hasn't been moved to 1.10.2 yet. So that might be a thing. But anyway, I'm going over here so that way I can get a mystical flower. And because I get a mystical flower that I must have grabbed a whole bunch of them from over here. In FTB Infinity, the sky block, what I had to do in order to get the mystical flower, the floating islands, to work is make one of these guys. Oh. Huh. Wait a minute. Floating pink. That's the recipe. So it doesn't work. Oh, glimmering. It has to be a glimmering flower. Okay. So I need a couple... see, now I get it. Sort of. Kind of. Not really. Would you get on... irritating. Okay. It needs to be a glimmering flower, which means now I need to go all the way back. I probably should get a few more, just in case. These are... Yeah, oh, that's Minecraft. Yeah, okay. So these don't even work. I don't even need these, actually. You're mystical... okay, fine, be that way. You're not moving anymore. Oh, right, I need to void out the coal that I have not done yet. Pasture seeds, pink tulip, pure daisy, mystical, pasture seed, alum, white tulip. Okay, there we go. Okay, I do want a few more of the Betania flowers, so that way I can make more, if this works, I can make more floating island flower things. So I'm going to get a bunch of these just so I can use them as that for the creation of those guys until I end up needing white petals for something. But after I get a few of these, there we go. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go all the way to our pyramid, and I'm going to see if I can assemble one of these floating islands. All right, so... Before, the floating white flowers that you see here in FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock, our last series, in order to get a functional flora that was a floating island, you had to combine these two. Does it work here? It does! Yes! I'm so happy that that actually worked. I'm so happy. So now what we can do with these guys, I don't even know if it's going to look right. As you can see here, there's some kind of a missing texture problem. But what we can do is put this back down. Yeah, see, that's a missing texture. But the function part of it is good. I just need a texture for the floating island bit. And hopefully that can get fixed sometime soon. I don't know exactly how that would get done precisely, but I'm assuming some kind of resource pack would be able to cover that up. I don't know. I might have to look for one of those. But anyway, now that we have the floating island bits, what this will allow us to do is if we break this guy, we can pick it right back up as an island, and I can put it somewhere that doesn't require dirt, that doesn't have dirt, which is one reason I love the floating island bits. It's very good. Also, what I can do with these guys, I'm going to put it right here in the middle, is that they do also block water. So I can use these, and as you see here, it looks like it's converting these guys, which is probably going to be like snow or something. I don't know. That's what it was in Skyblock. In the last series, is that would create a snow. So that was kind of a cool little recipe that you can actually do with the floating islands. So I want to use these guys pretty extensively for various reasons based on that, but we're going to be using, we're going to be using them a lot. But now that I know that that is a thing, the other reason that I wanted them is actually for the Fallen Canate, which I pronounced wrong in the last episode, and I'm sure I'm going to get some kind of comment about it. I do apologize. I haven't seen the comments from that. I haven't seen one of those comments from it yet. But for now, it's a Fallen Canate, or Canade. Yeah, it's going to be Canate. Canate is how you pronounce it, I'm pretty sure. But I said Kincaid or something stupid like that. There's no reason to call that a Kincaid. It's not what it is. It's a Canade. But anyway, so we're going to be using these guys, and I'm going to turn these into the floating islands. After that, I need to have another mana pool, which isn't too difficult to make, and I'm going to transfer a bunch of mana using a mana tablet up to the top where our blood altar is, so that way I get regeneration all the time from them. And I'm going to try 2 or 3 first and foremost, and we're gonna give that a shot. But before we get to that, because it's not really that far, to be honest. The Fallen Canate is not that difficult to get. You see here, it's just a rune of the spring, which is a rune of fire and a rune of water, some wheat and some of this stuff. But this guy is a little bit of, it's not that complicated to get, but it is a little bit of a rabbit hole. So we'll have to work on that. But before that, I want to see about getting some other kind of mana generation going. As you see, let's take a look in here. Steak. Look, I have 62 steak plus 12 here. Now I have 64 and 10. But also the beef. Why do I have so much of this? Because I did indeed get, here it is, over 64. I got to tier 1 with our cow soul shard, which means I can put it into a soul cage, throw a lever on it, and it will work. It does not work very fast. It is an incredibly slow one, and I really want to get it up super high to help with things. But for now, we're going to leave that alone. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to do to see if we can't get done today, which will allow us to get at least some beef automatically. Now, there's a couple more flowers that I want to play with, one of which is the Tangle Berry. The Tangle Berry is a flower that, at the cost of a small amount of mana, will keep any nearby animals or monsters within a circle ward, preventing them from getting out. So this is basically a cage that we really don't need, but I want to use an interesting kind of flower. So I think it's like an invisible circle, which is kind of a cool thing. If I'm thinking about it properly, it'll be really interesting to see a bunch of cows trapped in there. So that's why we're doing this. But rune of air, rune of earth. So if I hold shift and do this, so I need to make another. Actually, I think we have one more of each of these. So if I go ahead and do 2 cyan, 1 gray, and 1 light gray. So if I go over here, let's see if we have any of these Oh, wait a minute. I need to go back to our mining dimension in order to get those petals, because I do have a bunch of petals. I have a bunch of inventory room now. That's good. But I didn't actually bring them back to where our pyramid is from the mining dimension because I didn't have inventory space at the time. Now that I do, I can go ahead and pick them up from over here. That's cool. I interrupted the sheep sound. Anyway, hello sheep. How are you? You can die now. Thank you for the wool. I appreciate it. Now we can go ahead back to the mining dimension. And we can check out what is going to happen with the petals and see if we can't get one of these guys hooked up. Then I need to make another mana pool to set that up. And then I need to look into another flower that is called the bell thorn. Here. That slowly inflicts harm in any living being. So it's not going to kill them quickly. It will not kill them fast. And there's probably a better way to do it. But I wanted to try a Betania collection of things. So that'll be a thing. And any living being, safer place around it. So I don't know how big of a range it is, but this one isn't too incredibly difficult to get. It's just a redstone root, which is really not difficult. I already have the grass. I just need to combine it with redstone. And we've got the redstone root and the flowers and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and make these flowers. I believe we should definitely have the rune of air. If we type in rune. Yeah, we have one rune of air, one rune of earth. So that's fine. And then we have... I need the cyan. Let me go put all these flowers away. I have the gray. And I have the light gray. And then I have the 2 cyan. So I have everything I need there. Let me get the 2 runes. And I'm going to collect the rest of this stuff. And we're going to make these guys. Okay, so I have done a little bit of work here. This guy is apparently not ready to pick up the piece of coal yet. That thing burns forever. That's pretty good. Anyway, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and made 3 flowers. Now the hopper hawk here is not yet on a floating island. It wouldn't be too hard to convert it, but the other ones I did actually get there. So what I want to do is go ahead and have these guys on either side of this. I'm going to have one here and one here. Now, those guys are going to do and prevent any mobs from getting out, basically. This guy is going to kill them slowly. This one is going to keep them in, and this one's going to pick up any items that are dropped and put it into the chest. Hopefully, that is a thing. I don't know how big the ranges are on this thing, but hopefully everything all works out. I'm hoping that that is a thing. Now, in order to make this work, I need something to kill, which we're going to put this guy right on top. Actually, let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, I'll put it right on top of here. Now, this is a pretty high location. The cows are going to take damage, but they shouldn't die from this height. I don't believe they will. They might. If they do, I can lower it 1 block, perhaps. But I do actually want them to take a little bit of damage because this guy does kill them slowly. So I need them to take some damage so this guy just finishes them off. And that is the idea. And the other reason for why are you... Oh, I get it. Give me. It fell on top, so it actually absorbed it and so put it into the runic altar. But anyway. So this guy is... It's put directly over top of this. So the cows are going to spawn around it and not on top of it. And they shouldn't land anywhere in this row, in theory, unless they try to move before they hit the ground. That's the theory. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll have to see. Now, all I really need to do is I need to put the gem in, the soul shard in, and then put a lever on top. I put it on top, and then let that go. Now, I want to see how far away these guys can actually wander, and how fast they die. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm curious about at the moment. Also, I want to make sure I'm going to have enough mana for all this, too. Right now, I'm generating plenty, but for now, it's... You died. Seriously? That was quick. They died like before they hit the ground. Wow. That's pretty crazy, actually. They did. Look at that. They died. That doesn't slowly kill them. It kills them fast. Really fast. Wow, I had no idea. Okay, so I need to find a way to lower this, actually. Interesting. And he was, like, hovering, too. I don't know. It's not picking it. Oh. This chest isn't counted as an inventory, is it? All right, let me get another chest. Something else. Let's try a different chest. Let's do this regular oak chest, I guess. Because it's not, the hopper hawk is not picking up the items, which is bugging me. Because this guy right here should have been declared as a chest, but it's yeah, there they go. So now they're all here and I have all this. So now it's going to pick them all up and put them into the chest. So the compact chest is not declared as an actual storage officially through other mods and stuff. It's not declared a storage. So for example, Hopper Hawk cannot see it as such and therefore cannot deposit any items into it. But it is working, sort of. I mean, it's doing what it's meant to do, I guess. Hey, you, eat some coal. One of you, at least. So that's the thing. Now we're getting... It's kind of an automated farm. Sort of, kind of. I mean, it's not marvelous by any means. It's not major. But it is there. We don't get experience from this either, do we? Okay, I didn't think we would. I really didn't think we would, but it was worth a shot. So what I need is I need the experience so that I can use a regular crafting table in order to get the Reaper enchant in order to allow myself to max out a couple of shards so that I can get the full, well, the shards really, so I can do the shard thing. But I need a pretty decent way to kill them. Now this Thorn here is actually a pretty good way to kill mobs apparently, if I can generate enough mana on demand to do so. Now the first thing that I want to do is I want to get the Reaper enchant and max out that cow thing. That way I'll get all the beef. I'll get a lot of beef that I can cook automatically and then send it into another flower that I love, my favorite flower. Where are you? The next one? Where are you? Oh, wait, you're generating flora. Ha 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 ha, the Gorillaz. This guy is one hungry flower. It'll eat up any food in a small area around it and turn it into mana. There's a catch though. It can only digest a single food at any given time. The mana is created when it's done. Any other foods it finds, it'll also devour, but not create mana from it. So, it's a flower that'll eat food and give you mana, but overfeeding it does not create more mana, it just wastes your food. And in order to make it, it is that, which is a little bit complicated, but I love this flower. This is a really, really great flower. I went all the way back because I was holding shift. Go here. There we go. So this is a pretty complicated flower to make. It is higher tier, but we can make it. It is makeable. But before I do that, I need to get the Reaper enchant. I need to get an easier way to max out my cow soul shard, and maybe I may or may not even need a better way to kill them. This guy actually works out pretty well. I mean, you see that. These guys are dead like instantly. Like that's just done deal, you know? So if that flower can actually keep up with the maxed out soul shard, then we're doing something pretty good. Okay, so it turns out that it is not called the Reaper enchant. It's actually called the Soulstealer enchant. I know there is a mod somewhere, or this one used to call it the Reaper enchant, but it's actually Soulstealer. As of right now, it's Soulstealer. Now you see down there I have Soulstealer 4, not Soulstealer 5, and that's because it's taken me forever. If we take a look in my the refined storage that I have, there would be a lot of enchanted books in there, and I just couldn't get to what I needed to get to in order to get Soulstealer 5. So I have to deal with Soulstealer 4. I'll have to keep repairing this sword every time I want to kill something with this sword to get more souls and so on and so forth. But right here, you see I'm at 66. Now I'm also in the mining dimension because there was, if I can find the direction. Oh, this is something else I wanted to take a look at. Do I have my book on me? I do. Perfect. It was actually in this direction. I'm glad I marked these flowers because the cows, there was a huge amount of cows. Like here's a bunch here. It was just a big train of cows over in this area, that just a ridiculous number. That's how I got to 66 of them, because there's so many in the area. But these are, yeah, there's even more. The train just keeps continuing. These guys right here are very interesting flowers. Now, they're not picked up right now because if we take a look in the book, Primus flowers, I don't know exactly where they are. They should be somewhere in mana manipulation generating flora, perhaps. Primus loci. Among one's travels, one might come across unusual flower patch with flowers resembling dayblooms and nightshades. This is called a primus locus, a rare occurrence in the world where two special generating flora, the daybloom primus and the nightshade primus, can appear. These flowers act as normal dayblooms or nightshades, however, they produce mana a little bit faster and do not decay, making them a great find for a fledgling botanist to set up camp around. Primus flowers are incredibly fickle, and as such, attempting to move them off their natural resting place will kill them. Yes, that is the thing. I know I read the entire thing. Usually I just explain it as it is, but I figured reading it would be fine. Now, these guys are marked. The reason for that is because I do want to try to move them anyway. I'm not worried about actually coming out here and setting up shop or anything like that. I don't need to worry about that. They only generated a little bit faster. It's really not much. It never becomes day or nighttime here, so there's no point to have these guys anyway. But I did want to see if I could pick them up. Just because if I can find a way to move these guys without breaking them, it would be a pretty nice little thing. Just infinitely generating flowers that don't ever decay. It would be really, really cool. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start killing a bunch of cows. I'm going to see what tier I can get up to. And we're going to see if we can't maximize. I doubt I'm going to be able to get to the highest tier. But I don't know. I'll just kill cows for a little while. And we'll see what happens. Because now each kill, if we take a look, we're at 76. And now we're at 81. So 5 kills per 1 kill. 5 souls per 1 kill. So it's pretty handy. It's going to grow up pretty quick. If we take a look at our soul shard stuff here. Shard. There we go. The max one is, tier 5 is 1,024. So we divide that by 5. It's some number. I'm not even going to go into that right now because I'm not good at math. But you get the idea. You can divide that by 5 and you'll know how many cows I have to kill in order to get maxed out. But tier 4 is 512. So it's halved. It's not even the same amount. It's really not going to be difficult to get to at least tier 4. But I want to go ahead and get all the way to tier 5. And it'll be pretty awesome in that case. Because then we'll be generating so many cows so quickly. That flower is going to have a lot of work to do. And then we have more work. It's going to be crazy. Oh, holy crap. Oh, lots and lots of killing. But as you see, we're at 10-11 right now. Now we should be at 10-21. So one more kill, one more cow. And we're good. We have our bound soul shard. Look at how much raw beef we have, how much leather we have. That's the bonus. That's the bonus side effect. Where's my markers? How far away am I? That's not only 1,000. That's not too bad. I was just following the train of cows. There's so many cows around here. It's ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. I'm betting there's probably trains of chickens. If I were keeping my eye out for chickens or pigs. Let's see. Chickens. No, maybe cows are it. Maybe pigs. There's more cows. There's more cows. Okay. There's some pigs there. There's some pigs here. Nope, just a lot of cows. Okay, so this is the cow mining dimension. Got it. But anyway, so I am now maxed out with the soul shard. It's been a while just following that train of cows all over the place, killing all of them. You see the durability on the sword is actually not... I thought it would be lower than that by the time I was done, but, you know, it is what it is. So, and it's about 200 kills of a cow. A little more than that, but we already had 64, so it's a little less than that, actually. 198 or something. I don't know, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. It's really good. I mean, now we have a full soul shard of a cow. And we can actually, let me move faster. Thank you. And I also did put on the void of this guy. Yeah, he's done now, actually. That is now done. That's pretty good. Did we get any more diamonds? I kind of ran low on diamonds. Yeah, I have 6 diamonds now. That's cool. But, yeah, so now that that is all done, actually what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to start this guy back up again and just let it continue. But, yeah, it's a lot of raw beef, a lot of leather that we got from this thing. This is pretty crazy. Okay, time is now, and I don't think we need the lever on it anymore, but here we go. Full up. Let's see this guy work. I think it just works on its own. There it goes. Holy crapo. Yes, look at all the cows. They're all dying. Hopper Hawk is probably getting in there. It's not killing them too fast, actually. I'm pretty surprised. And so it only does like a couple at a time, which is fine. It's kind of... That's actually about the speed that the MFR... what is it called? The Slaughterhouse does it. That's about the same speed, really. So what we want to do now is actually, I want to automate this guy so that we can get all of the beef and actually start feeding it to the Gorillaz. But for now, we can't really do that. It's going to end up running out. Hopefully, this doesn't bog down the server. I'm not sure. Yeah, see, these guys can't go any further than this. This guy's trapped. I think he's trying to leave, but he can't. So that's about the range. You can kind of sort of see the range of that flower, which is kind of cool. It's a pretty interesting thing. These guys here are just trapped, really. They just need to go off. And they're like stuck in the border. I think it goes up to about this high, so it's a little weird about that. It's pretty cool though. You can kind of see the full circle of this guy. It is a little bit more powerful. Maybe I need something better that can slaughter these guys. I'm looking for a better slaughtering thing. There is a killer. We have the Killer Joe, and we have the Progressive Automation Killer. So I could look at both of those. I'm not sure about the Progressive Automation one. I'm not a big fan of burning coal endlessly. I think it does take RF at some point though. So we might look into that a little later. But for now, it's okay. But the next step is to automate the smelting of these guys. So I need another alloy smelter with these guys being piped to the alloy smelter while still getting energy. So I need... Alright, so now that that is handled, now that we have the cows situation set up, all I have to do is flick this lever and it will always be on. Or just remove it and it will always be on. I don't need a lever to actually have to turn it on, but I can turn it off, basically, by providing it a redstone signal. So we're good to go on that front, but now comes the point that I will run out of mana and then the cows will build up and probably lag my game. So right now it is turned off and we're not going to turn it back on until we can have that situation settled. Now, in order to do that is we need a constant generation of mana sent to this guy in order to keep it topped off and full, which we're going to do that through the use of the Gorillaz that we are, providing food for. So we're going to end up sending the raw beef into an alloy smelter or something similar so that we can get the steak, and then we're going to send the steak through the use of a timer and probably a dropper combination so we can pop those automatically, pop up the cooked steak into the Gorillaz every like 4 seconds or so using this timer here. And that will allow us to automatically and always provide a Gorillaz with what it needs to generate mana, and therefore it is fully automatic mana generation in Betania in FTB Infinity Minecraft 1.10. That's what we're going to work on. But before we can do that, we do need power. Power is going to be a thing we're going to need, because while we don't need it for that setup initially, I'm thinking we might end up switching over to the Progressive Automation Killer. Progressive Automation. These guys right here. Animal Farmer. No, wait. Used to breed animals. Okay. Iron Planter. I mean, we could do the planter stuff. The Chopper, that's for trees. This guy's the Crafter. So we have Auto Crafter, a Miner. A Generator. That's pretty good. Stone Planter. Oh, here it is. The Killer. So use to kill things that are on top of it. So what I can do is actually I can hide the killer below the mana pool. And then by doing that, I can upgrade it so that it does take RF, probably the diamond killer, I guess, once I get enough. That'll take a while to get. Probably you just use the iron one for now. But I can use that and upgrade it so the range is bigger, and then therefore it can hit every area inside this circle that the floating Tangle Berry is keeping them to, which will then auto kill them all, and then I can send them into the auto smelter and then smelt them up, which actually I might be able to use a flower to smelt them too if I really want to get creative, and then have that automatically sent to the Gorillaz, which I was telling you about before. So I think power generation is going to be the next one. I don't know if I'm going to look into the advanced generators. in the next episode or not. I do want to get into this mod. It was suggested to me. It's basically a bunch of multi-block things. I know right now I'm using environmental tech for the solar panel, which I can also go further in, because I only did the tier 1. I can get a tier 2. Wow, that's actually really, really expensive. I may not be able to get that, actually. I mean, it's not too difficult to make this. After this guy, it's not too difficult to make. But that's like 36 diamonds. I don't have that right now. Tier 3 requires 2 tier 2s and the stabilized ender pearls, which actually that's not too terrible. I mean, that is 16 ender pearls. That's pretty crazy to get, but we can get it. Tier 4 is nether stars. Definitely don't have that. And then that's it. So that's the tier 4 solar panel, which would generate a lot of power, like so much power. What does the tier 2 generate? Tier 2 requires the diamonds, so that's a little bit of a meh. But I think it does actually provide a lot. It's like a big boost to the power. So let's take a look at the yeah. What are you called? Digital guide. Okay. I need to remember what that's called. Solar array tier 2. Next. Tier 2, the one we have now, provides 1,152 RF a tick at its peak energy. So I'm guessing broad daylight, right in the middle of the day, that's where its peak is. Which is pretty much what it's generating all the time in the mining dimension, because it's always peak daylight. There is no daylight cycle. The sun is always out. So I'm assuming that's what it is. This one provides about 6 times the amount, almost 6 times the amount. So that's pretty good, but it's a lot bigger. It has to be 24 structure blocks tier 2 or above, 25 solar cells, so it's a lot bigger. 24, and you need, instead of 9 solar cells, you need 25 solar cells. And then the modifier cores are fine. We can leave those as they are. So this is a 7x7 versus a 5x5. And this one's a 9x9. And this one, so it just gets a lot more complicated. I think we might end up going for the advanced generators. I'm thinking. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me. The plans may change drastically. I have absolutely no idea. But right now, that's what I'm thinking. So yes, there we go. If you did like the episode, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share if you think you want to. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out, peeps. Yeah. I punched you. I punched you. I'm punching you. I'm punching you. I'm punching you again. Oh, where'd you go? There we go. What do you have? You have like a blade arm? Why do you have a blade arm? Blade arms aren't nice. You're not allowed to have a blade arm. I can't have a blade arm. You can't have a blade arm. Why do you have a sword in your arm? Why? Oh, I beat you. Yeah, I'm almost dead. I get it.